Well, back at square one in terms of location. We've done all we could for the story, and really we don't have much left. At least it may not seem like it. First off, we're going to want to do the missing no glitch again. Mainly for two reasons, and item duplication is not one of them. Lorelei returns for a rematch. Why would this happen? You may recall back in the Missing No update that I avoided symbols and characters like PKMN, the female symbol, and the punctuation marks. This is because utilizing such symbols would spawn these dudes while utilizing the glitch. I assume this occurs because these characters share the same hex slot as trainers. Depending on what you put in, you may end up fighting an infinite number of wild Garys, Lances, Brocks, as well as regular trainers like Beauties and Sailors. In my experiments, I kept coming up with Lorelei despite changing my name up a bit with garbage. Why did the trainers not change? I'm not sure, since I did redo the glitch process every time I changed my name, but it doesn't matter much though. Most of the glitch trainers that occur from this method have the exact same Pokemon. Some we've seen before, others a bit new. 8 opens the fight on Lorelei's side. It does exactly the same thing as last time in that it creates a slowed down song of the champion battle theme. It's also a measly level 32, so it goes down incredibly easy. I should mention that there are reports of glitch trainer Pokemon having attacks that can freeze the game. Doesn't sound too safe, so be careful with them. What she sent out after 8 was far more interesting. This is the Glitch Nidorino, or the Glitcherino. You can actually catch it through the Mew glitch with a Pokemon that has a special stat of 250 and has the FA hex slot. Apparently it's notable enough to have its own article in Bulbapedia. Glitcherinos have the annoying habit of taking up 2 lines of space with their name. You can also trade them into Pokemon Yellow version, where they will turn into Japanese symbols. No, really, if you trade the Nidorino into Yellow, it'll turn into a blob and transform into a Fire type. So you can have a Fire type Nidorino that's also a Magmar hybrid in Yellow. Of course, it also has a standard glitch moveset, but no stab moves, super glitch included. I think this guy is what causes most people to freeze their game. Gotta have Missing No in there somewhere, otherwise how else would the trick I'm doing after this work? Nothing special about this one. This guy's pretty cool. It's aptly named N and only N. It's not strong and doesn't have any special attacks. What it does do though is strike from the grave. Ends. Ends everywhere. It's like the Qs weren't enough. When a Pokemon is sent out, at least one will stay, at least until the sprite moves in front of it. This Flareon is sent out after N, but it's normal and lame, so I can't really say much about it. After Flareon, Lorelei sends out another Glitcherino until her untapped... Wait a minute, don't do that, stop! Look, there wasn't really much else after this anyway. She just gives you money and then disappears. Now, following any fight with Missing No does something very interesting with our game. If you don't remember, after beating the Elite Four, you get a Hall of Fame option on your PC. That just shows off the Pokemon that beat the Elite Four at the status they were at and how much money you had and stuff. Looking it up is pretty easy, however, Missing No has one more trick that I haven't mentioned yet, in that it messes with the Hall of Fame data in the game. Not sure why, but I can certainly tell you that the results are interesting. As you can see, thanks to Missing No, the Hall of Fame is showing us Pokemon that are definitely not part of our original team. Every time you see a Missing No, this changes. If you just restart the game, it would go back to normal, but otherwise, if you just want to see weird Pokemon with weird names and weird cries, this is probably the easiest way to do it. Finally back home. I don't think I can end the LP with good conscience without having a final rumor be broken. I mean, rumors are one of the cornerstones of this LP, and we're about to test one of the more powerful ones. Can we fight Professor Oak? Yes, we can. I'm sure people already knew this one, but Mr. Oak was apparently intended to be fought in some way or another in the first-gen Pokemon games, but for some reason it never came to be. The data is there though, and let me tell you, he's not a cakewalk. As a matter of fact, Oak's team is probably the strongest in the game. A team that goes up to level 70. He does have the strongest, and trust me, it took more than one hit to take out some of these guys. Now, of course, you're probably asking yourself, how do you do this? Well, technically you could fight Oak using the Missing No glitch, but then you wouldn't end up with his legit team, so to speak, as it would contain glitches. The real Oak fight can only be accessed through Game Shark or through the Mew glitch. For the Mew glitch, you need a Pokemon with this special stat to get him to show up. For the Game Shark code, I use this code right here, and I was able to fight him in place of one of Misty's trainers. Oak isn't supposed to give you a speech after beating him. This is just the Misty trainer talking over him. He's simply just supposed to give you money. Otherwise, we have that mystery solved, so go hog wild with it and try it yourself. I have one last thing I need to attend to, though. Actually, wait a minute, there's something else I can show off. Here's a straggler glitch Pokemon, LM4. LM4 is an interesting glitch simply because of its evolutions. When trained up to level 18, this happens. You can stop this evolution and give Clefairy a Moonstone. Otherwise, it will try to turn into a Nidoking every level. Coincidentally, Nidoking and Clefable are both Pokemon that evolve with the use of the Moonstone. Here are the different Missing No's you can encounter. You've already seen Glitch Blob Missing No and Yellow Missing No, but not the others. To be honest, they're only a bit different to regular Missing No, but when you shit a brick, if you were trying to do this cool glitch you heard about and then all of a sudden the Aerodactyl skeleton appears, the blob shape is still the most common as it has a bunch of characters that can cause it to appear, while the others are a bit more finicky. Finally, here's a Pokemon that I alluded to showing off earlier in the LP, but unfortunately I couldn't get him to work. Charizard M is a glitched Charizard hybrid that occupies the hex slot FF. The only way to get it without cheating is by using the Mew glitch, but every time I tried using the Mew glitch it wouldn't work and the game would just freeze. You can also obtain one by trading Q, who I did show off, in Pokemon Yellow to Red and Blue. That was also out of my capabilities. Charizard M is really cool in like it's a virus. When you have one in a party, it can change all of your Pokemon into Charizard Ms. If you leave it in a box, all the other poor box Pokemon stuck with it will transform into one. You'll have an army full of Charizards eventually. Charizard M has a Pokedex number of 000 and the Black Trainer OT, therefore it cannot be nicknamed. Its cry is static, that can sometimes cause the background music to end. This explains why fights with Zazaz have music stopping, because Zazaz almost always has a Charizard M. Other than that, Charizard M has the same effects as Q in that it can make your party invisible and switch around moves in the PC boxes, usually when a battle or trade link goes awry. Funnily enough, Charizard M can learn Fly. Charizard cannot learn Fly. Try to wrap your brain around that one. Huh. I guess over time, some things really do fix themselves. Well, I'm glad to be out of that mess. Hell, I'm glad to be done. I mean, it's absolutely amazing I got out of this scot-free. I expected at this point, no long ago, that the ROM would just die or something. I know that sounds childish, but when you've played with the game's coding for so long, you're amazed it all stands together. All stands together. Think that's it. Holy crap. When I first thought of this LP, I had no idea how it was going to be received. It was Pokemon, it was a weird idea. I thought I was crazy for being so interested in it. When I emailed Slowbeef about it for permission, I was pretty much expecting a big fat no. Instead, he let... Finally.
I'm afraid you're not finished yet, Tech.
Hello?
I'm over here.
What are you?
Why, I'm Generation 1 Pokemon, of course. You haven't forgotten me so soon, have you?
Oh, no, wait a minute. I was playing Pokemon Blue. You're Pokemon Red.
You only had Pokemon Red, and you didn't want to buy Pokemon Blue for this minute-long live-action skit.
Fair enough, I guess. What do you want?
I'm here to tell you that you have unfinished business with me. Metroixer's Let's Play is 9 years old now. There's been so many breakthroughs and new discoveries in that time. You of all people should know this. It's time to stop playing dumb, sticking to the old story, and give the people a modern showcase of what I can really do.
No!
Don't you agree?
No!